This is what FabFilter Pro Q4 can do, but if you know how to use it. Hey guys, I am DJ Legion from Audio Waves Academy, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I completely fixed a beginner's messy mix using just one plugin. Okay, I also mentioned that I did the basics like leveling and so here and there and just put a little bit of sauce, but I will show you today why I really love this plugin, the Pro Q4. I know that if you have seen my channel, you might have seen also other videos that I did about this Pro Q4 plugin, because I believe it's like the best of the best. And no, this video is not sponsored. I just think that most beginners skip EQ or use it without a real plan. But EQ alone can really completely reshape your mix if you know what to listen for. But let me walk you through what actually wrong here from the beginning. Here it was the initial stems. I can hear right away that the kick almost doesn't appear at all, and we have a lot of the clap that doesn't work like this right now, and the hat and the shakers were too loud. Now let's go also on the bass. It sounds okay, but amateurish to say the truth, and if I have also listened to the instrumentals, now the instruments are all over the place, and if I listen carefully only the instruments, there is so many things that don't work right now. I can hear right away that we have some masking issues there with the instrument, with the strings, the instrument, and the plug here, especially the plug. These ringing frequencies that we have there, we have to attenuate them. So to sum up, there are a bunch of nasty ringing frequencies, especially in the highs. This also will clash with the vocal and it will clutter everything. And also have a listen again here with the vocal and the instrument. It's all over the place again. And after some changes, what I did here, just some sauce here on the master, and I worked a lot here on the bass because I found that the bass was not working well. But let's start from the kick. If I open here the Pro Q4, you're going to see that I am having a lot of dipping here in these frequencies. And if I open also with the bass, now with the EQ settings that we had here, we made our kick to come a bit more through. So if I open here the EQ on the kick, you are going to see that I have some dips here on these sections, because I thought that here, let me go and play also only the kick. Here we had some ringing frequencies. And here I had also some difficulty with the bass because it was clashing a lot in this sub area. I wanted to keep there more space for the bass, that's why I did a small dip. I always use dynamic EQ because I really love the dynamic processing here on the Pro Q4. And here I just pushed a little bit more presence on the kick. And let's play again also with the bass. Listen carefully that when I activate it, the kick and the bass work much better now. Now let's go and open the Pro Q4 on the bass, and here just tamed out just a little bit here only from the bass again. It was a bit too much in these frequencies. And then here's the secret sauce for you guys. This plugin is a free plugin, the Bass Lane. What I really love about this plugin is that you can go and use the side harmonics to saturate only the sides here, in this case from the bass. So right now it sounds much brighter, and not exactly brighter, but it sounds more powerful on the sides. And in general, it makes the bass much fatter in comparison with earlier. And also again, here I have the effect track, and I use Decapitator, a lot of distortion here. and I boost just a little bit here on the higher frequencies because the bass was a bit more dark than I thought. But be careful here, you don't want to overdo it. And like a secret sauce again, the N style is one of the best. It's I don't know why, but it works like almost every time. Now let's go on the next plugin, which is going to be the Swift 2. And now with Swift 2, I am just sidechaining, but only not giving any groove. I'm just sidechaining the frequencies that are clashing between the bass and the kick. Now that we clear things up here about the bass and the kick, which are really important here on this kind of tracks where we're talking about EDM and groove, I want to show you what I did here on every channel. Open the clap. Here I thought that I didn't need so many low frequencies from the clap, and I found that I had some ringiness there that I didn't want, so I just did an open Q there because I wanted to attenuate a lot, as you can see, like -6. In comparison with earlier, I wanted to change completely the tone. Right now it's much brighter, and I believe that it cuts more through because the sample right now here we have the stem that we have right now. It has also a lot of reverb, so it was a bit necessary in these frequencies. That's why I boosted here again, and I gave also some highers here at 17K. Here on the HUD I have a low shelf that I didn't want these low frequencies, and here we are having some attenuation because I found that there is some ring there in these frequencies. And if I go and solo only this frequency here, there is a reason why I did this, because if I open also the shakers, my goal here was to make the shakers and the HUD to sound like one. That's why you're also seeing at at the left 15 and at the right 14, the panning I mean. And right now if I listen to both of them together, in my ears, it sounds much better and much more coherent. Now let's go on the instruments. Here, a lot of things happening, and this is why I wanted to mention again why EQing is important. You are going to see that we have a lot of spots. Let's say that you don't know how to do it, how to achieve this. Let me show you how you can go and do it by yourself. Right now I just opened a point here on the Pro Q4, and this is my technique, how I use it, but don't forget I have experience here, so for you might work a bit different. I'm going to close the queue a bit here, and what I'm going to do is go and search for these resonances. For example, here we have one. So I'm going to leave it here right now. My next step would be and go and use the dynamic EQ again. And if I go and open the instrument now, you're hearing that we have again some frequencies that are clashing. And if I open and activate the Pro Q4, such a big difference, right? But in case you don't know how to hunt for these frequencies and you find yourself that a lot of masking happens again, you can go here on the instruments and, for example, I know that I have the Pro Q4 also on the strings. So if I go here and open again and use the red dot and go on my strings, where is it? On my instrument, and close this one here. Really important is to open also the external here, where you're going to choose the strings. And now it shows us that we are having some clashing frequencies in this section. Let's go on the next one, which is going to be just a plug. But this plug here was so bad to listen to. That's why I'm going to use so much dipping. Here, let's have a listen only on the plug. It is really irritating, right? So I had a question here in my mind. I thought, how can I can go and fix this one? I wanted to keep the rest of the frequency range that this plug had because I found that it was working pretty well on the track, but I didn't want to attenuate, to turn down the level of the channel. So I thought I can go here on my Pro Q4 and use the EQ to just take out this irritating frequency. So that's why I did again a dynamic EQ, and now all the instruments together. They work so much better in comparison without the EQing. And now I can hear right away that everything sounds much better. By the way, if you want to go even deeper and truly understand how the FabFilter plugin works, and especially for mastering, I have created a course about mastering with FabFilter plugins only. It covers everything from fundamental mastering theory and advanced techniques that top engineers use every day. If you just want to stop guessing and start mixing and mastering with confidence, the link is in the description below. And now let's go on the final part, which is going to be some EQing on the vocal. And here I didn't have so many things to fix, to say the truth, because I found that everything works pretty well, but maybe I could just go and a little bit more presence here on the highs. And because we are dealing with female vocals here, like a female choir, and I can go and tame down a bit here on these frequencies. So let's go and bring it back to 0 and some dynamic EQ again. This is just kind of a preference thing. And again, this is how it sounds with and without the EQing. This is just day and night, seriously. Okay, I know that EQ might not be the flashiest tool, but it's the foundation of every good mix, and you don't always need so much reverb, saturation or compression to get good results, but especially if the frequencies are still fighting with each other. Whatever you do, whatever you're going to add, some saturation or whatever, without EQ, you're not going to have a great result. Why? Because still they will fight each other. When you really understand the EQ, how to shape a tone, control the build-up, and general make space, you can do a lot with just one tool. By the way, also in the description you can go and find a link where it will send you to my website where you can go and download for free some presets for the FabFilter Pro Q4, but they also can work for Pro Q3. Now, if you want to dive deeper into mixing vocals, especially how to make them sit perfectly over a beat, check out my previous video, this one here, where I break it down step by step. It's packed with practical tips and you can use right away. I'll see you there.